I know you came to this video curious, but here's a big warning. This video is going to contain leak information for the brand new Sonic 22 game, both from January, from way back, and also from earlier today. So fair warning now if you don't want to get spoiled in any capacity, warning now. But if you're still rocking with us, yeah, let's get it popping already. So back in January of this year, there was actually a leak going around about how somebody did a focus test for a brand new mainline Sonic game. And in that, they mentioned the title of the game, what it takes inspiration from, what type of style it's going to be, things in it like the mini games, the overworld, the type of characters that are going to be in it on a very, very vague basis, as well as some subtle descriptions of a boss battle that was there as well. Now they go into some more detail. Before I get into that, there's actually in the new Sonic 22 announcement trailer today, post live stream, people were actually able to take that and do a metadata search of what it actually contained. And some of the data found actually coincides with the leak back in January. First things first, which is the biggest tie-in between the new metadata information found today from the trailer and the leak back in January, is the title of the game, Sonic Rangers. And back then with that type of thing, people were not really convinced, or rather they didn't really know what to think. This is why you got to use code words in your metadata companies. Do it like FNAF did. From the original leak, it says, did a focus test for a new Sonic game called Sonic Rangers, which is an open world adventure game which takes heavy inspiration from Breath of the Wild. And they did some demos as well as a boss battle. And in the metadata information found, you can see with the file path names, they all say Sonic Rangers or just Rangers with Sonic in it or just teaser. Now if that ain't the way to see it, that's true, then I don't know what is. And because of that, let's go over the rest of the information in this leak from January. Open world is populated with small enemies, puzzles, and platforming challenges. Completing puzzles, challenges, enemies, rewards, EXP, which can be redeemed in a skill tree. Now, not only am I a big fan of JRPGs, but I'm a big fan of the action adventure games that have things like skill trees and different abilities and paths you can unlock, kind of like Spider-Man and Jedi Fallen Order, things like that. And as still a big Sonic fanboy, I am loving the fact that they're implementing something like that into Sonic Rangers. Instead of just simply assigning the button to a set thing of moves, you can really transform your character in something of your own style. Skill tree unlocks abilities like the spin cycle, where when you hold Y, Sonic starts tracing a line behind him, and if you finish a circle, it attacks all enemies inside the circle. So kind of ironically, like the name, it kind of reminds me of what you would do in Pokemon Rangers to catch a Pokemon. You would tap on the screen and hold it, start circling around the Pokemon to try and see if you could catch them, except for with Sonic, it'll attack the enemies. Lock-on attack returns, which is nice. There are bosses spread through the open world. Defeating them grants orbs. Now this kind of almost reminds me of how in like older JRPG games, when you're on the map, you can see these enemies as like obstacles in the way, whereas normally you would like be able to see a town and walk over it. You would go into the town, but you would see a being there and you could touch them and you would go into a battle in the overworld setting, like an older Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. If you get enough orbs, you can go to a portal and go to Cyberspace. Cyberspace levels are generation style and the music goes hard. Now, I'm all down for these secret bosses slash enemies to grant me things that'll give me even more bonuses to even more content. That's so good. And you get a whole different type of levels, kind of like other secret levels in different games, the bonus stages, time trials, and these things will give you access to Chaos Emeralds. And it just says Cyberspace in quotes, but I wonder if there's going to be kind of like an alternate dimension type deal that connects to these different types of spaces based on the theme of the game, because we saw kind of like ancient ruins type things in there, or at least for the wall art for the Sonic Team logo and what that pattern was drawn on at the end. Beating them fast enough grants Chaos Emeralds. Exploration and combat was super boring, very button mashy, but whatever. Now for that comment, I'm not sure if they just mean the Cyberspace levels or in general, but I feel like that's going to be more based off the Cyberspace levels, and in which case I wouldn't be surprised if they make those like sectioned off levels a lot more simpler, because it sounds like a bonus stage time trial type deal, which is fine if it's simpler. But one thing to keep in mind, this is just a focus test for one person and they only did 2 short demos, so plenty of things can have changed by then, and that's what I'm looking forward to, especially if it's sounding this intriguing right now. If things may have been a little bit boring for him back then, there's no telling how different things are now. And still keeping in mind Sonic's recent track record, don't worry, I know, but I'm gonna stay optimistic because I want there to be another good Sonic game, so I'm always gonna keep a positive outlook. Hey, this stuff is really interesting to me. Hey, y'all liking it too? Hey, now since I caught you, hit the subscribe button. What you doing already? You made it this far? Hey, go ahead and subscribe button. No, you didn't forget. Go ahead and do it. New voice acting by Roger and no one else was present, so they're definitely sticking to the general theme at least. Now, I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. I've never really been that big of a fan of Roger Craig Smith's Sonic voice. I've always preferred the past Sonic voices. Like, I would go as far as to say as I don't like Roger Craig Smith's Sonic voice, but that's just my personal opinion. I just don't think it fits and it sounds so fake and weird to me. But even so, I still respect his work. Hey, he doing his thing. Now for the final, I think, boss, because this person thought it was the final boss that they tested. After gathering all the Chaos Emeralds, you can then cut through a thick fog you couldn't open before in the open world, so kind of like a hidden area. Gigantic tree robot thing is the boss. Fly around at a supersonic utilizing spin cycle and other abilities, mainly mashing buttons. Can't take damage on a timer of rings. A ghost girl refills your ring count multiple times. Demo ended after defeating the boss. So it sounds like some parts are going to be scripted, some parts are not going to be, but it definitely sounds like, I don't know, it doesn't sound like a final boss to me at all, but like he says at the bottom, game is still definitely early on in development, but it was rough, not a fun time from what I played. So to me, like he says, this is a nice basis to me. It takes inspiration from other open world games like Breath of the Wild. It has content in the world, skill trees, interesting bosses from what it sounds like, a cyberspace type area, kind of like the bonus stages, which is interesting enough to me. And it just seems like this goes in a direction where it has a lot of potential as far as an adventure game rather than just solely a Sonic game. I don't mean Sonic adventure game, I mean an adventure game that is a Sonic game. Now, what do I think? Honestly, it kind of has the same position in my mind as Pokemon Legends Arceus. Both have the potential and elements to be something great. And by the way, just because something is open world or has grass and landscapes doesn't mean it's Breath of the Wild inspired, because plenty more games before Breath of the Wild was like that. So, but anyway, just like Pokemon Legends Arceus, I feel like this Sonic game, Sonic Rangers, has the potential to be something fantastic. They just need to have capitalized with the feedback they got from these force testers and really do their thing, because they can do it. It's just in recent years they've dropped the ball, but I do think they're going to do something great with this game. And it almost sounds like a Sonic 06 Sonic Colors hybrid type deal to me. I don't know, that's the vibe I get from both the trailer and what it's talking about here, and Sonic Generations, of course. But yeah, that's it. Hey, as always, begin the discussion. What did you guys think about this leak information from January? If you forgot about it and it was a nice refresher, and what do you think about the leak pretty much being confirmed based on the metadata we found from the trailer today, or that was revealed today? Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this coverage, my thoughts and opinions. I want to see more breakdowns and discussions like this, like for Dragon Quest 12 and other JRPGs. Hey, let me know in the comments below and really show me by hitting the like button and the subscribe button, because I know y'all ain't forget right by now. Hey, you made it through the video. Go ahead and do that for your boy. I got plenty more content of all types. Go ahead and check the links in the description to things like my Twitter, my Twitch channel for live streams, a bunch of story-based games, as well as things like my Patreon. Go ahead and you can support me over there if you guys want to. I have a bunch of different tiers with a bunch of different benefits. $1 tier just for simply supporting the channel, and you get access to polls and stuff like that, and 2 other tiers where you can get exclusive content. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.